Local Easter egg hunts are staging a big comeback this weekend after being canceled a year ago because of the pandemic. This morning, we'll take you to the downtown Easter egg hunt and a drive-through egg extravaganza at a Sioux Falls church. Plus, a look back at the peacekeeping role that South Dakota's Minuteman missiles played during the Cold War. Good morning and happy Easter. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your Sunday. We also have your boredom busters coming up, but first, our top story. This weekend's warm and dry conditions come with a warning from Minnehaha County. The Sheriff's Department posted on Twitter last night, urging people to be careful around open burns and pit fires following several small grass fires in the county. Sioux Falls police ticketed 2 store clerks following an alcohol compliance check last week. Officers checked on 32 businesses last Monday. Police say 2 of the businesses failed and sold alcohol to a person under the age of 21. Police say those businesses were Aldi on East Arrowhead Parkway and Smokin' Deals on East 10th Street. A man died in a rollover involving a fertilizer truck in Grant County. The Highway Patrol says the 33-year-old driver lost control at a curve north of Goodwin, South Dakota, Friday afternoon. He died at the scene. Well, during the height of the Cold War on Easter Sunday mornings, anti-nuclear protesters would hold demonstrations at missile sites scattered across western South Dakota. Those facilities, run by Ellsworth Air Force Base, housed underground silos containing Minuteman missiles aimed at the Soviet Union. The nuclear missiles were removed following the collapse of communism, and one missile site near Wall now serves as a museum run by the National Park Service. In tonight's Eye on KELOLAND, you'll meet one of the Ellsworth missileers who was poised to launch at a moment's notice. Be sure to watch tonight at 10. Let's get a first look at the Easter forecast now with meteorologist Adam Rutten in the Storm Center. Good morning, Adam.
Good morning, Perry, and good morning, everybody. Happy Easter to you all. We're off to a great start to the day out there and unseasonably warm in a couple of locations, like in Sioux Falls, for example. 51 this morning as we take a look downtown. Not much of a breeze to speak of, so it's a calm start to the day, but this is going to really set the pace for what we're keeping an eye on later this afternoon, and that is a run to the record books for high temperatures. 41 at the Capitol this morning, 34 Aberdeen, Watertown 38, 44 Brookings, 44 Rapid City, down to 30 though in Pine Ridge. It's a light and variable breeze out there this morning. Will gradually come out of the south as we head through the afternoon, which is really going to help kick up that temperature by several notches. Yes, we do have a few features out there. A little upper level trough with that dashed line over winter, another boundary just over the North Dakota border, but really beyond the very isolated sprinkle that's going to try and make its presence known, we really don't have anything on the way today. Any moisture we do get in place is going to be, 1, very, very limited, and 2, we'll have a very hard time reaching ground level based on the dry air mass that we are going to have in place today. However, we do have some much-needed relief on the way later this week. Details on that and more coming up.
All right, thank you very much, Adam. Well, Easter eggs topped the shopping list of many families in downtown Sioux Falls Saturday. 17 businesses handed out Easter eggs to kids and their parents. Last year, the downtown egg hunt was canceled because of COVID-19. So businesses say it was nice to see customers return this Easter.
The Easter egg hunt has been going amazing. The kids are having a blast. We're seeing neat buckets and we're seeing lots of smiles and lots of people enjoying the beautiful day. So love it. Absolutely love it.
Now, one downtown shop was so busy they actually ran out of Easter eggs to hand out. Well, not all of the Easter goodies had to be hunted down Saturday. Instead, people at Eastside Lutheran handed out bags filled with candy, crafts, and the Easter story during this drive-through egg extravaganza in the church parking lot. Today, Eastside Lutheran will host in-person Easter services as well as a live-streamed church service. The Pure Elks Lodge is hosting its 68th annual Easter egg hunt today. Hundreds of kids are expected to take part in the free hunt, which begins at 1 o'clock on the lawn of the South Dakota Governor's residence. The Passion and the Cross is a 1-act, 2-hour musical about the Easter story. The performance is at 4 o'clock at the Orpheum Theater in downtown Sioux Falls. Tickets are $15. Well, if you're not ready to head to church to celebrate Easter, KELOLAND Media Group will broadcast 3 services today. KELOLAND TV airs the Mass from St. Joseph Cathedral at 10 a.m. That's followed by an Easter service from Celebrate Church at 11 and Zion Lutheran Church at noon. State Theater in downtown Sioux Falls is showing the classic film Ben-Hur, rated G. Showtime is at 2 o'clock. New movie releases playing at a theater near you include The Girl Who Believes in Miracles, rated PG, Godzilla vs. Kong, and The Unholy, both rated PG-13, and French Exit, rated R. Adam?
Well, if you want to get outside today, I would not blame you, first off, and second, I would highly recommend it, considering how warm it is going to be and really just outright hot by April standards. We're talking about highs in the mid-80s, which is our average in the middle of July when we get toward the dog days of summer. Now, while yes, we do have a little bit of cloud cover on the way later in the evening, it's really the only blemish to an otherwise great Easter Sunday if you want to get outside. But if you do, keep in mind, we're going to be talking about a high UV index today. It'll be a 6, with your safe sun time being about 30 to 45 minutes. Feels a little bit weird talking about a sunburn in the middle of April, or the beginning of April, rather, but still, it's going to be something to consider as we do have that midsummer feel in the air, but not for much longer. That's going to change as we head through the extended forecast. Satellite and radar this morning and really through the afternoon not showing much beyond a little bit of extra cloud cover now and again, but that's going to be just about it. Now, as we go through FUTURECAST, yes, there are going to be a few teeny tiny little sprinkles that try to make their presence known at times this evening and then again early on Monday, but anything that does come around is going to have a really tough time making its way to the surface. It's later Monday into Tuesday when things start to fire up a little bit more and we get a better opportunity to see some showers and, yes, even a couple of thunderstorms where it will be warm enough for that. But south and west, you are seeing correctly, some snow could mix into the equation, southwestern South Dakota into the Black Hills as well. This will be something that we keep an eye on going into Wednesday as well. But for Tuesday, like I said, where it stays warm, we'll have a mainly rain opportunity and even the chance for a couple of rumbles of thunder. This is a general risk for some thunderstorm activity Tuesday into Tuesday night. We could even include Wednesday into that as well. So don't be surprised if you hear a rumble or two. Most importantly, though, we need moisture. We need rain. We need snow that melts down. Anything to help out with the very dry conditions across much of the region. And we do get that in general. Northwestern parts of South Dakota, it's going to depend on exactly where all of this sets up shop. But even still, it's not a zero. It's better than nothing at this point. And we need all the help that we can get. The number to beat in Sioux Falls today is 83. I think at bare minimum we challenge that today with plenty of sunshine. Otherwise, low to mid 80s across the board. Unless you're in northeastern KELOLAND, you may be able to escape in the upper 70s along with Buffalo on the other corner of South Dakota. Lows tonight in the 40s to low 50s with highs climbing into the mid 80s again, but the further south and east you go. We could even toe the line of 90 in a few areas for the first time this year. But you know, this north and west, chillier temperatures start to come in, 70s and even some 60s on the back edge of our system, which will start to move on in and give us not only cooler temperatures, but a much-needed opportunity for some rain. Here's the 7-day forecast. We're down in the 50s Wednesday and Thursday with that opportunity for some rainfall. But by next weekend, we're back in the low to mid-60s, and we can see a few sprinkles just beyond the 7-day forecast. Overall, though, if you are a fan of this unseasonable warmth, once we get beyond Monday, we're a lot closer to average. So no 80s in the forecast after Monday, but still 60s. That's pretty good for this time of year. Have a happy Easter, everybody. Stay safe and have a great day. For more on local news, weather, and sports, you can always head on over to KELOLAND.com.